Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting feature in Power BI, which is smart narrative. Now, what is smart narrative? So, smart narrative is just opposite of what is Q&A. So, what Q&A does is that you ask a question in a natural language and you get a visual, which is related to what the question you asked. So, what happens in smart narrative is that you have certain visual, and instead of spending time on the visual, you want to get some story out of it, some highlight points out of it. So, you can use the smart narrative features. So, how to use it? So suppose you have this visual and you want to get a story out of it. So what you can do is you can just right click and use the summarize option. So you'll get some points, that you want to focus on from this particular visual. For example, February accounted for around 11% of total invoice, and there are certain other story points as well. So this is a good option, when you are only focused for one particular visual. But what about all the visuals? What about a story that you want to get out of all the visual in your report? So what we can do is in Power BI we have a feature called Smart Visual. It's a inbuilt visual that you can just drag in your report. And once you drag it in your report, this particular smart narrative feature is also dynamic. For example, if you want to add any particular information which is not already present in your summary, then also you can do it. For example, I can write, in this, say I want to write my average, uh, maybe total sales invoice, total sales invoice is, and then I can just go here and say that my total sales invoice is total invoice, minus maybe, you know, discount savings. Okay, I'm just trying to show you how it works. And you can save it, and it is going to give you that your total sales invoice is this, which is your total invoice plus your discount savings. So this is how you can actually make it dynamic. You can also change the text. For example, you can just select this text, and then you can, make it bold, underline, italics. You can even change the color from here. You can go and change the size, and all those text formatting also is doable. Now, you can also, here what we've done is we have given a specific operation, for example, sales invoice minus your discount. But you can even use that Q&A feature within Smart Narratives to give the answer of your question. For example, here I want to add one more point, say uh, average discount savings, and then I just go to the value and I ask the question. So here it is Q&A feature, which is infused in this particular smart narrative. And then you can ask a question, for example, average discount savings since since January month, and then you just say save. So you didn't have to calculate it explicitly. You just use the Q&A feature and you got the answer. Now in the smart narrative visual, so by default it is going to give you a summary of all the visual. But if you select, say for example, if you want the summary of only Miami, so you just select the Miami, and all the summary which is generated by smart narrative is going to be changed according to your selection. So you selected Miami, you could also select Miami plus Mexico City. So it is going to change according to your selection here. So this is also, based on the selection, this is going to interact with your report. So yeah, that is smart narrative feature for you. It saves a lot of time. For example, you have a management who wants to have a look at the report at the same time, doesn't want to spend too much time getting some of the points that will help them make the decision. So smart narrative feature comes very handy. Use it, and I'm sure it is going to be very helpful and going to add intelligence in your report. Thank you.